Hey team, wanted to make a video because we are in January now, so we have started 2026 and I've got a few new initiatives that are going with the changing of the year. So nothing big, nothing fancy, no actual resolutions, which is kind of new for me. But I had so much going already that I didn't add anything new with the end of the year. It was just the changing of the tides there with the initiatives that I already had in place. So, still not drinking any alcohol through February through the Super Bowl. So, and that's been fine. So, woohoo! I am showering twice per week now as the experiment. I showered once a week for a while, except with the exception of when I got my tattoo last year, aside from towel bathing. So toweling off using, I was trained in it as a CNA, so for like bed baths, but I was just using a towel and so I wasn't unclean, but I only like took a physical shower once a week. So now I am taking two during a week and doing the towels as needed for work and things in between. So just trying to conserve that extra water with showers. That can add up with 1-2 gallons per minute. so I don't have any new initiatives for like the bathroom cloths. That's still going just fine. And I stopped using the little towels just because I actually had to get rid of a couple of the towels. They were kind of they're losing pieces and they're kind of getting see-through, and so I did get rid of a couple of the small towels. So now I am using I've got one of the small towels for hands, and then I've got a big towel for body, and that's just fine. So it's different from what I was doing, but still different. Now this year I am also doing a vegetarian vegan challenge where instead of having 1 month on, 1 month off, it's going to be 14 days of vegan during the month. And so today and yesterday were vegan, and then we'll see how the rest of the week pans out, but it's going to be 14 days for the entire month. It was kind of unique just because I was worried because I was eating chocolates that we got for the holidays, and so I was like, these are probably not vegan. And so I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get all my vegan days in. It was like day 4 day 3 of the month, of the year, of the new challenge. I was like, I don't know because of Christmas chocolates, but I'm officially writing, the vegan days on my calendar. And so that's nice. That's pretty cool. I'm excited for that because I feel like it's going to be very easy and it's going to be so streamlined, because a lot of times I'm inadvertently vegan. And so like these last 2 days were not like mindfully. I did choose not to get something that wasn't vegan for dinner tonight. I made something else, but woohoo! So that's good. Otherwise, I'm still doing kind of a capsule wardrobe of sorts, and that's about it. I've got it worked out where I have just enough pants to get through work for clean, and then for work clean because it's food service, and I've got the sweatshirts that work out. So it's that's okay, and then just a few fancy clothes that have not really been up and out of the bag. I'm not unpacking here. I still haven't unpacked here, so I've got everything kind of tucked in the corner. I'm not getting cozy here. I still have no clue what's next in way of living, and that's been a constant thing probably for months now, so that's no longer interesting for me too. But in theory, I will move, and that will be great. Yay! At some point, I will not be here. It is amazing because I really don't need it, like a lot of it, most of it. I just grab out the clothes that I need. I've got my phone, I've got my laptop, and I've got my craft supplies for when I'm crafting. But otherwise, a lot of it doesn't get used. And so that is something that, is like, okay, good to know what the priorities are and what you can live with, what you can live without. So that was, I spent a lot of time last year downsizing, and so I have considered myself downsized now. So I've started recollecting some holiday ornaments, and so goodness gracious, but but yeah, so I'm figuring out alternative transportation. I'm gonna make a video on that tomorrow, hopefully, because I think it's coming in the mail tomorrow. Woohoo! But just because I don't have a car any longer, and I had an electric scooter and it was phenomenal, except the battery, I wanted longer battery power, because I kept getting stuck on my way home and having to walk it or scoot myself, because I wasn't maintaining the battery for as long as I want the distance. So no. But I absolutely loved it. This is slightly different. It's different for me. It's out of my comfort zone, but I'll make a video about it tomorrow. Otherwise, work is fine. I've applied for a transfer. They did ask if we wanted to make it permanent today. It was listed as temporary, so I said that I would check in with, because it's a transfer within the company, so it's a great company. So I said I'd check in and see, because I haven't heard from them, but we've had the holidays and I didn't want to bug anybody, and so we're going to see what's going on there. But I'm trying to think of new ways to kind of flex and grow. Still, you just using the bar soap in the hair, and it's been fine. I like kind of keeping it low key and not having to worry about it. That being said, this haircut has been here for a while now. I've got it back in these clips, and so that's my current mode of hair. So I don't really mess with it that much. It's sometimes this is the ponytail from the summer, the water fountain, boop, right on the top of the head. But I do have growth back here now, and it is long enough, just barely to put in a little, very, very small ponytail in the back. So all that sounded Minnesotan, in the back. So yeah, so I in the past I have cut my own hair for breast cancer awareness, and last summer I shaved off the back and it was just terrible. I did it myself, and it was fine in the back. Technically I missed some spots, and then but the transition, because I wanted the front of my head to have hair, it was party in the front, business in the back. Which is the contrary of the mullet. I'm just leaving it right now. My mom was like, have you cut your hair? I was like, no. Even she knows that I cut it sometimes, and it's been eccentric for a while. so I haven't cut it. It feels shorter, but I don't know. That happens sometimes. Yeah. Otherwise, if you guys have any ideas for me, I would definitely love to hear them. Otherwise, I will keep you posted, and it is going to be a pretty cool year. I said I was going to try to up my game on things, and I've been kind of busy, and I haven't told you kind of a lot about what I do during the days and stuff, but I am trying to in theory, up my game a little bit, for my 7 years after my degree, and I made a video about that, which it's just completely arbitrary, 7 years and 7 years, but it's like an inside joke. And so yeah, and I also mentioned last year that I was going to try my hand at makeup and things. It's been about a year since I've had makeup. But I said, with my budget, I'm just not sure it's really going to fit in for a while. But then I got money from my grandpa for the holidays, and now I've got $17 left. And so it has been sitting, festering, these $17. What am I going to do with it? What am I going to do with it? And before I had that, it was, the $100. What am I going to do with it? What am I going to do with it? And it was just a constant. And because I wanted to get an electron microscope, and that's a little bit more expensive. And then, and so it ended up being, well, what else have I said I wanted to do for this year? I'm going to try and follow through on everything that I can afford to do right away. And makeup is something that I could technically afford to do right away, especially if I go to the dollar store, because I went there and they have makeup for like $1. And so I was like, I don't need anything fancy for this, right? Right, internet. I don't need anything fancy. So to explore this wondrous world, and I have worn makeup. I do wear makeup. You can see my videos. It's hit or miss, arguably. With the eyeliner, sometimes it's really not that close to the eyelashes. But most of the time, I would just wear eyeliner and mascara, and that was kind of what I do, and so that's kind of the norm. But I have done the eyeshadow, and I did a theatrical makeups because I was in some plays, and so on the stage, it's very not subtle, and you've got the full with the cheeks and the bright lips, so they can see it, as a cue, your lips are moving, who's talking, and, and I did age makeup because I was an older gal, and so I've done some of that stuff, but I learned how to, what's it called? I learned how to with the contour. I learned how to contour. And there was this great video, and I lost track of it. And I'm so bummed because it was so funny, because she was giving a tutorial, and she was obviously like, she knew what she was doing, but she was just kind of having fun with it, and like, it was a kind of offbeat sense of humor, and so it was so funny with contouring. And I would argue that I might not exactly remember it now, so I didn't learn it for comprehension, but I did do it. I don't know if I just looked a little bit dirty in the lighting, but I rocked it. That twice, I think. So that's on the list of things to do. Because I told the internet, and it'll be a good learning experience. So, but I don't know if that's still going to be the priority with the $17, or if I should actually get a heater and try doing the winter camping better. Because I don't know why I didn't realize. I was trying to figure out the car camping in the winter, and then I was trying to figure out just winter camping in general, and I was like, I don't have any heating implements. And then I was looking at these tents that are insulated, and then I was like, well, if I have a fire in the tent, it's going to melt the ice on the ground, and then I'm going to have a puddle unless I get a cot. So I'm going to need a cot, I'm going to need a fire, I want to have something that's burning all night, so I want pellets just to be sure that it's going to stay lit, because they have like a slow feed, longitudinal feed for like pellets for the fire. So then I was like, I want to do that ideally, and then, but I mean, we've got sticks, so then maybe not. And then and so then just trying to figure all those factors out, and then I saw, I had a heater, but it's not doing as well as it could. It's blowing cold intermittently, and you have to kind of fuss with the dials, and the electric footprint is not that cute. I was thinking of potentially doing something else instead, getting like a battery powered heater for that if I were to try it officially. But I don't know. I don't know. It's only $17. And I feel like an electric heater might be a little bit pricier. And I don't know the efficacy on that. And then I would try to just use I think I got rid of the rain fly on the tent that I have because it was the end one of the poles. Oh no. So I don't know if I even have a tent right now. So I'd have to figure out. I was coming up with different ideas but I don't know. I don't know. Because we tried, and I did do that overnight up north, and I told you about that, and I did do one night in the car here at the house. I think there were 2 nights I did out here at the house in the car in the winter camping situation, but I don't know. Just trying to figure out. Like I said, it's been sitting kind of festering, $17, So I do want to do Asian plants. I want to try an Asian plant in honor of the anniversary of Vietnam. It was an important one. So I just have to figure it out. So anyway, if you do have ideas for me, let me know. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye.